What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Yes, this is my third video update today. I just had to bring you an update on this price action because you have to admit this has been absolutely insane. We have clearly fallen out of this parallel channel. Now, obviously, we have clearly put in a lower low than the previous low, so I can obviously hear some people out there screaming, "Oh, see, I told you the bottom wasn't in." Well, fair enough, guys. Like I said, I'm happy to fall on my sword if I am wrong, but you can see that this obviously had a lot to do with a black swan event. This is something that you couldn't really anticipate happening, but nevertheless, guys, it has happened. What does this mean for the price? Well, obviously, you could see right here, as soon as FTT token lost this $22 support, it absolutely plummeted. And remember, we said there was a little bit right here in the VPVR. Looks like that really didn't matter. It came down to this next level. You could see right here, and we were saying that was somewhere around $6, and currently it is sitting at around $5.38. Now, the reason that people are dumping this is because, well, if there is no more FTX, what is the utility or purpose of the token, correct? So that created a lot of fear among a lot of people. In fact, you could see somebody actually attempted to long with 990,624,000 FTT, and yeah, they got hardcore liquidated. So there's been a lot of blood in the streets right now, and we'll talk about whether or not, this is necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, what's happened with CZ. As I said, I would prefer, CZ over Sam, but at the same time, this also puts a lot of power in the hands of CZ, right? Now, we've been talking about this level for quite some time on the channel. This is the 89 EMA, and remember I said that this is the level that the bulls really have to defend. Now, currently, if we zoom in right here, look at this, guys. We are actually holding above this level just now as I'm making this video. That level's sitting at around $18,296. So that is the level that we need to hold, the bulls need to hold, if we want to maintain this structure, if we don't want to fall any lower than this, right? As you guys can see right here, what's very, very interesting, though, on the technicals is if we look at this downward sloping resistance, this is the resistance, right? We even had it here a little bit. If we actually zoom in, look at exactly where we got that bounce, perfectly on the top. So you could argue that as terrible as the market was today, the fact that it's still respecting this downward sloping trend and the fact that we got a bounce off of it, you could argue that that's somewhat positive for the markets, right? Also, if we zoom in right here, the other thing to note is that we are sitting above this bottom area. And you can see we had two wicks down here, right? And this is about $18,176 roughly. And you can see right here, we also had another wick down there as well. And currently we are sitting above that. So that's also, you could say, short-term good. And ultimately what it's doing is it's really just putting us, back into this range that we've been dancing around in quite some time. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, the bottom apparently wasn't in, right? Because we went lower. Well, as I said, it was a black swan event. But also the other thing I wanted to point out was I had been talking about the similarities between, what we're having right here, this market, and if we go all the way back here to this bear market, right? This was the bear market of 2015 to, 2016. And you could see right here, we did have a very similar scenario, right? Where we had this atom pattern, and then we started to put in this Eve, and then boom, we actually dropped. And right here, we actually put in a lower low than right here. So, some people would be saying, oh, well, then the bottom wasn't in, right? Because look, we went lower. Yes, but as I said, that was a freak event that took place in literally one day, instantly got bought back up. And then look at this, guys. The markets just continued to grind sideways. We didn't have any crazy movements, right? We came all the way over here. So this happened on August of 2015. It took until, mid-October right here before we continued on that rally, right? So what did we ultimately have? We had this atom, we had this Eve, and then we had like another atom, right? Another fake out crash down here. And if I just go forward to show you guys what we're looking at right now, you could say that maybe we're doing something similar, right? We had this atom, we had this Eve, and then boom, we had this fake out, right? And you could clearly see the similarities between these two patterns. Kind of looks like an upside down Batman or something like that, right? So this is why I was saying we weren't going to put this out of the cards completely. There was a possibility. However, this was not due to natural market movement. I mean, if we come over here and we have a look at the S&P had a nice green candle, a little bit of an indecisive candle, but nevertheless, it was a green candle. Coming back over to Bitcoin, obviously not too great of a day. But as I said, we are above this area, closing anywhere above the, $18,300 area still puts us above that 89 EMA on the daily, on the weekly, monthly, and also having a look right here, we are above, these key levels. So once again, we did have a wick down here. We had another wick down here. Now, does this mean that we're definitely 100% going to go lower? I mean, to be totally honest, guys, at this point, this definitely did spook a lot of investors, right? And there is something a little bit scary that I just want to get into in a bit. But as you can see right here, we are, again, below this heart line. The next level, honestly, and I hate to say, oh, we're going to go lower now. I'm not saying we're going to go lower, but, you could see right here, there was this area right here where we had this candle close, and this candle weekly closed at around 16,150, right? And that's sort of this red line right here. So if we come all the way over to here and zoom in, is it possible? Is it possible that we come down and, retest that? Or was this the fake out? Well, as I said, guys, I don't know. Time will tell. But this is the only thing that was a little bit worrisome. And I actually tweeted this over on my Twitter if you guys are following me. So Dan Primick actually said, FTX investor tells me that the company has not yet sent them any information on the deal. Says all he knows is what he's seeing on Twitter. And then he goes on to say, now hearing this from additional VC sources, he says total cluster. This really could be a death knell for crypto VCs, not exaggerating. So the biggest question is, who was actually involved in this? How many people were invested in this token? You saw what the crash of Terra Luna did to, guys like Celsius and Voyager and Three Arrows. And, who else was invested in this? There were, I think oh, here we go. Somebody went on to say Sequoia, NEA, Temasek, SoftBank, etc. were all in too. So I don't know exactly who was invested in this. I don't know enough about that to give you guys that information. But if these guys are forced to sell, the same way that the other guys were forced to liquidate their position, then, unfortunately, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but then yes, we could go down to some of these lower levels. Now, like I said, structurally speaking, technically speaking, every single indicator we've looked at in the chart was telling us that this is the bottom. And yeah, we did technically go a little bit lower. We came down to about 17,106. So that is a lower low technically. As I said, though, we have seen that in the past before, right? We've seen where we've had these sort of fake outs and then, consolidated and still continue to the upside. I still think from a technical perspective, Bitcoin absolutely should come up here at least to retest this 21 exponential, which is around 22,300. I still think that that's possible. But what we don't see, what we can't see is what's happening on the inside. What we can't see is how many VCs were invested, how many of these guys were holding FTT token, and how bad did this impact their portfolios, right? But the thing I will say, to try to just sort of get rid of all the doom and gloom is that as terrible as this is right now, I can tell you in my multiple years of being in crypto that these unfortunately, they are unfortunate events. They are actually good for the overall ecosystem of the crypto space, right? It washes out the bad actors. It allows that cleansing to happen, and it does ultimately, eventually, allow for, that rally. So where's my chart back here? So, going back to, something similar like we had back here, could something like 2015 be playing out again, where we have this bottoming pattern and then we have this sort of crash? It's possible. The circumstances are a little bit different this time. There's a lot more leverage in the system. There's a lot more big players, which means there's a lot more money at stake. I mean, when this happened, we're talking about Bitcoin going from $300 all the way down to $161, right? And I'm sure that was still crazy. I mean, top to bottom, imagine, being in this, that was about a 50% crash, just pretty much, literally almost in a day, really. But, for the most part, guys, I still think that Bitcoin is, obviously the greatest money of all time. And it could be a little crazy trying to trade this right now. We really need to see the market settle. We need to sort of have that bottom, build that base, kind of like we were doing back here. Once we had that dump, we came up and we started building this base, right? We touched once, we touched twice, right? And we have still sort of built that base right here. And, arguably you could say that, maybe this all is just a crazy fake out, right? And anything below this line, we can just kind of ignore, but really time will tell. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick update of what I'm looking at. As far as taking trades right now, you really kind of want to wait for the markets to settle down, which is why this morning I did actually buy some Bitcoin at 19.3. I am obviously down on that purchase. I mean, that was the level to buy. It wasn't the wrong level. I mean, look, we were perfectly chugging along right here, but obviously the news came out, and what we're seeing today is a 100% black swan news driven event. So we do have to see where this holds. We'd have to see what happens over the next few days. Hopefully Bitcoin is able to build a base. Like I said, worst case scenario, if we did have something bad come out, if there was a flush from these additional VCs that have to get their positions liquidated, they margin called, etc., then could we go down to that $16,100 level? Of course, absolutely. But like I said, time will tell, and I'm not going to make any predictions based on just today's price action alone. So that's basically it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. If you guys do appreciate this third update today, I know I wasn't able to really give any signals right now, and the truth is I don't really know right now until we have more of an obvious type of a move. But like I said, ultimately, we are still technically back in the range. And, we did have a perfect bounce off of this trend. So, I mean, still technically the technicals are holding. We are still back in the zone, right? Could this have just been a big fake out, a FUD scare? Possibly. As we do know, historically speaking, we do tend to see rallies after these midterm elections. So I'm still anticipating that is a possibility. But just to reiterate, again, if we do start getting VCs dumping, if we do start getting more liquidation, then, that could be the black swan. That could be an unforeseen circumstance in the background. But inevitably, as I said, moving forward, flush out the bad actors, get all these guys out of the system, get all this leverage out of the system. And, hopefully we can progress forward and, build this space to, be, what it should be and not all this craziness going on where people are, over leveraging and using your funds to trade and all this other stuff. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Hope you appreciated this update. Until next time, guys, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.